Good morning, YouTube. Excuse me. Are you saying something? You can't tell me nothing. One of the most famous lines from Kanye West. You can't tell me nothing, right? Famous. Listen, epic. Shout out to Ye. Y'all know I love Ye. Listen, I dedicate the show to the lovers. This is for the lovers. Come on, let's talk about some hip hop.
She's been bitten from head to toe.
I don't know what been chewing on me, but I know I'm ate up on me. Watch how she up to score her number.
YouTube, that's right. Good morning. It's for the lovers. Valentine's Day to most. Hold them tight. Hold them tight. Hold them tight tonight. Listen, hello everyone. Welcome to the AM MZTIA show where I talk hip hop. I may do some political and just my love for music. Thank you for joining me. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Leave a comment. All of that goes with it. Listen, I'm still in my new artists, new voices, culture pushers era. I really feel like we in this authentic era. I love it. I'm excited about who's coming next. What are they saying? What are they giving us? That's my thing to the new artists or the artists that's coming up. Say something. Say something. I wrote this. I said, this is not the era of industry plants, right? We've been barricaded and pushed upon of these like kind of industry plants or people that they pushed in these positions, right? They really kind of forced that on us. But this is what I said. I said, we're in an era where wave creators, people who are really creators of the art, they love it. They can't wait to step up and show what it is to them and how they feel about it. I said the ones who don't wait to be picked, right? We're in the era where a lot of us just like this. Me, I'm coming out. I don't need your get on, right? I don't need you to put me on. I'm here, right? They building their own table. We building our own table. I said, if you're not gifted, you're gone, right? And you can see it. If you ain't gifted, you're out of here. I said, if you're not talented, you are exposed. I said, and if you're not real, the people can feel it, right? Because you got to feel it. A lot of people missing this. You got to feel this thing. I said, you know how they used to say, it's not in me, it's on me. It gotta be in me, not on me. You know, that's a saying. That's what we say in our community. We don't chase trends, we create them. We're in a time where, pay attention, people are creating their moment. People are creating the trends. Pay attention. If you don't evolve, you will disappear. And we seeing that. We seeing people who can't evolve, who can't jump into the next moment. They out of here. They disappearing. They can't get it. Because I just feel like they wasn't really authentic. That's why they can't jump on to the next wave. Because they wasn't authentic, honey. This is our culture. A lot of people are having a problem with our culture. But my thing about it is, if you don't like the culture, get out. Don't have a comment about it. Get out of it. So, man, once again, like I said, I'm still in that era. I'm still talking about new voices. Who's coming next? What are you saying? That's very important. What are you saying to push the culture, right? Who are you recognizing? Who are you allowing to step up to the plate, right? So, listen, welcome to the show. This is going to be good. I got some great topics. I think I'm talking about the bullies bullying the bullies. If you know what I mean, the bullies bullying the bullies. 50 Cent, I think he finally caught his match, right? With Faison Love, right? I'm talking about the Glorilla family and the Guthrie's family. Listen, no heart, no gotta listen. Don't take me too serious, but I'm serious. I said this on my Twitter, on my ex. I said, listen, I'm just a poor girl from Alabama, right? I can't do nothing about the Guthries. You know, and Glorilla and her sister and them, it just seems like a psyop. Somebody's playing a trick on us, right? You know, you go talk to rich people. Why bother poor people with these issues, right? Right? Damn, right? Into the Guthrie situation, you know, my heart goes out to them. I hope they figure it out. But, you know, these are billionaires, right? And to me, it seems like the brother have come and did something to the mother. You know, listen, start in the family. You know, some things I don't feel like you need to you need to affect the community with. I'm trying to figure out how to get up to go to this job every day. I can't help you with mom. I'm trying to take care of my mom. It's just a lot going on, honey. Everybody just putting too much on the poor. Leave us be. We only got our music and our love. We don't have all of that. You're giving us too much. You're giving us too much, right? Ooh. Leave a comment, tell me what you think. I think I may hit on Cardi B. I don't know. Sexy Red. It's just a lot going on. We got some great topics. Come on. First thing I was talking about earlier, the new voices. A lot of people are coming up. I can't wait. I was into the freestyle stuff this week. The freestyle, rap freestyle. So I found myself over there on the bootleg calves. I was over there with the Justin Credible. Y'all know him over there, Power 106 LA, right? A lot of people who do the great on the radar. They're another platform that does great freestyle with new artists, bringing up new artists. Go and check it out. Recently I saw Big X the Plug, he brought his new artist, the 600s, right? The 600 Cypher. Very interesting. Yeah, I told y'all before, Dallas got a crazy porter. They got a crazy porter down there, right? So he brought a couple artists up to the bootleg Kev. Real nice. I'm going to say this to X, though. The young lady that's rapping with you, she sound like Mona Leo. So I don't know. Y'all got to go back and check that. You know, all the girls is kind of sounding the same. And I can understand it, though. Especially Texas, you know, we got that southern drawl down here in Texas, and then Texas, they all kind of sound alike. You got your Megans, you got your what's the girl, Erica Banks, you got a lot of Mona Leo, all of them, they got that drawl and they kind of sound alike. So that's a thing to the artist. Make sure you make yourself distinguished. You know, you don't want to sound like the other girls, because you know we're looking for that. We're trying to figure out who could be unique, right? Who could step out from the crowd. And I think that is so important when you becoming a female artist. You got to be able to stand out amongst the rest, because it's so many, and you got to be saying something in this time. Once again, this is the authentic era, so you got to be saying something. I just don't want to hear nothing about your coochie. I want to hear nothing about your coochie this season. I really need to know how you raising your kids, and how you take care of your body. Do you wash? You know, stuff like that. You know, we really want to hear some substance. You know, what you think, your ideology, you know, how you think. You know, we really want to know some real stuff from women. You got Lauryn Hill, who I told you last week is really the pinnacle. She's the bar. So young girls, y'all got to pay attention. Ooh, it's going to be hard to climb it, but she's the bar. So you got to say something in this era and in this season. It's a say something season. I broke my nail. So if I hold my hand, I broke my nail. I'm so mad. So that was another thing. And I like some of the artists that 600, Big X brought on in the 600 people, you know, that little group. But anyway, some of my best over there on Justin Credible, Power 106, he got some great freestyles. If you haven't, he got some great freestyles. I'm sorry. If you haven't went over there and saw some of the freestyles, go and check them out. One of my favorite freestyles is, y'all know Finesse. Finesse killed the bone instrumental. Crazy. That's my top right now. I even like Ray Bun. Erica Banks just did it. Crazy. You know, Erica Banks, I don't care nothing about that other stuff you be doing, but Erica killed that freestyle over the other day. You know, Meg is a great freestyle artist. Sauce Walker killed it about a year ago. So I just kind of went through a lot of those things. I love when artists freestyle. It really shows that you can handle the craft. It really shows that you really should be here. If you can come out the top, right? Even if you can't, write something down. Get in here and make me a believer. Right? Make me a believer that you belong in this craft, in this artist, in this genre of rap, in hip hop. Make me a believer. I saw Baby King. Shout out to Baby King. Everybody over there, K Dot. Y'all know that's my brother. He's coming out with his new project. A lot of people saying this is maybe his sophomore album, but I wanted to say this to Baby King. People ain't gonna give you no slack just because you come out the house of Kendrick. Just because you come out of the house of Kendrick, you gotta work hard. You got to be honest with you, King, Baby King. You gotta work even harder. You gotta work so hard. We gotta be able to take Baby off your name and call you Big King. I said it. That's how. That's how hard he got to work. And people are going to be harder on him just because he's sitting and he comes from out of the house of Kendrick Lamar, right? The bar is set so high. So they're going to be on him harder. But I can't wait to see what the young man do and how he carries this culture into the next spot. I can't wait because I do believe he got it. I do believe he got it. At least he got a story. If you haven't seen, go over and check out his short film, getting ready for his project to drop. It really showed that he comes from the trenches, and I think he got something to say. Man, it's a great look. I like it. I'm cheering for the young man. I'm cheering for everybody because I do believe I'm so hooked and I'm so into this culture pushing because I don't want hip hop to die. I don't want rap to die. You have a lot of these gatekeeper people and they get in their own way. They kind of get selfish and they get in their own region and they feel like don't nobody else, can't no one else do what they do because they are the meccas or they come from this or they articulate better, right? So you gotta allow these people to come in. I'm excited. I can't wait. Who I wrote down? I wrote down some more people. Rayvon had a great thing over there on the what his name, Just Incredible show. Y'all need to go over there. Rayvon crazy. For some reason, I don't understand why Rayvon ain't popped off like he should. Maybe he need to go south. Maybe Rayvon need to come south. TDE. Hello, TDE. Y'all may need to let Rayvon come and live down south. Because you know, sometimes, I don't know if you paid attention, sometimes the regions have to change up. Sometimes people have to drop down and they can get started and then come back. Who was that? Nikki. Nikki came down south. She learned that ethics, right? And she was able to go back. She popped down south. Who else popped? 50 popped in what? LA? So sometimes you may have to leave your region, right? To get something else. I don't know. When you look at some of the greatest stars, not all, but most, they dropped and went other places to get on, right? It was just something different about that. So check that out, you know, because I think Rayvon, he's one of those ones. He went crazy over there. If he got that in him, he pretty good. He went crazy over there. Who else I saw on that? I said Erica Banks in. It's a lot of people over there that's crazy. Y'all know Sauce. I love Sauce. My favorite Sauce Walker project is, what is it? Oh my God. The hip hop, I can't think right now. God, it may come to me. But Sauce been good. I think I commented over there on X that Sauce, he's good like that. Sauce talk a lot of like, he go like history. He rap like self-awareness. Like when you listen to Sauce Walker, he really be teaching. He be teaching over there. Ghetto Gospel. I knew it was going to come to me. If I keep talking about it, I know it's going to come. Ghetto Gospel is one of my favorite projects from Sauce Walker. So shout out Sauce Walker. I really love him. Houston. I told you, Texas is crazy. Let's move on. Cardi B is on tour. I'm going to be honest. Listen, y'all know how I feel about Cardi B. I do not feel like Cardi B is a real hip hop artist, right? But she have learned how to fake it till she make it so that I just bought and sold it. I just bought it. She done sold, I just bought it. But you know, I'm not gonna deny the girl have a sell appeal. She can sell you water to a well. She have it, right? But I'm watching her on tour. It's so funny. You can watch it on silent, and it's hilarious, right? It's hilarious. But shout out to Cardi B. She's gonna. Do I believe Cardi B? I think I said this. I think I wrote it down. Could Cardi B be a Latino sensation? This star? Will she jump genres and now become this Latino artist? Listen, let me tell you something. She could. Right now, Cardi B can leave this side of hip hop and jump and become a Latino hip hop artist like your Bad Bunnies, right? And she can be out of here. She could be even more successful. I think she called herself the Trap Selena. She really can do it. I really believe Cardi, and I'm saying this, I really believe Cardi can jump right now and become this great Latino artist that we've ever seen. She got it. She can do it. And I think she got the people over here that will follow her there, because when you watched her tour, I heard her say, "Where my Latinos at?" Right? So and they went crazy. So once again, do I think she's done? No, because I think she can move over. And a lot of people in the hip hop genre hate when artists jump genres. They don't like it. They like either you here, either you in or you out, Candy. Either you in or you out. But Cardi got it. She can really become this great Latino artist if she wants, and it'll take her career even farther, and she can last even longer and become this great sensation. Who else was a Latino artist in hip hop that made it big that I can remember? Well, Fat Joe and Big Pun, right? Right? I think that's the last Latino artist that went commercial and made it big, right? So listen, I'm not a hater. Shout out to Cardi B, but I'm just watching and I'm seeing Cardi B can really move over into the next moment. Let's go. Sexy Red. I got Sexy Red down here. I don't know if y'all seen it. Last week it dropped, but a lot of people was upset. She was caught using this Michael Jackson snippet, Beat It, right? She took his Beat It and she did her rendition, her parody in a vile way. You know, Sexy Red is this promiscuous sex girl, right? Where she talk about her all her hoes, right? In her body. She talk about all of them, right? She tell you what color they is, right? What she do? So she, the Michael Jackson estate was very upset about them even playing around with his music, and likely so. You know, I think artists like Sexy Red, and she gonna kill me, but I never really bought it. Right? But an artist like Sexy Red, she don't understand the importance of the art. She don't understand how important it is to hold this thing and be diligent with it, right? And put out great music, because for a lot of those artists, they got in it for the money. They didn't understand that this was about pushing the culture so we can be great and last long, you know? So you had artists like a Sexy Red and a lot of more, I can name them, but I'm not going to get into that, where they really don't understand how to handle their craft. They don't understand it. They don't really take pride in it. They don't really understand this thing called music. I'm sorry, they don't, because they handle it so lightly and so without care, right? This music thing could really, it's a tool to use to direct the masses, and people in power know that. So when you get a Sexy Red and you put her in position to do a lot of this stuff, and you go like, why would you tear down this art that a lot of us love? And then we get a bad name from the people like a Gene Simmons, right? I'm gonna get into that, right? Speaking of Gene Simmons, right? Let's come back. Gene Simmons. A lot of people saw him in the news this week, right? I got him on the thing. What I said about Gene Simmons? Gene Simmons, he found himself, I think it was in an interview, and for some reason, a lot of people are questioning about the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. He had a comment and an opinion about how he feel like rap music, he don't want rap music in the Hall of Fame. He feel like rap music should not be in the Hall of Fame. I beg to differ, because I feel like rap music is a baby of... Rap music is the baby, it's the children, the child of rock and roll's rhythm and blues. They are the children of that. So I'm not happy with that. I'm not sold. I'm not happy with Gene not realizing and understanding the culture. We are offsprings of rock and roll. What do you mean? So I went into this thing. I said, well, maybe he just don't understand, because I heard him say something about he didn't come from where we come from. He don't understand the ghetto, the hood, blase, right? You didn't grow up there. You don't. And you don't understand how hard it is for some of us, right? So I went to X, and I'm looking and I'm seeing what's the requirement for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. If you don't know Gene Simmons, he's from the group Kiss, right? I wrote this down. I said, artists, this is the requirements for being a nominee or an acceptancy or whatever for the Hip Hop Hall of Fame, right? It said artists, bands, and industry professionals are eligible for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame 25 years after their first commercial recording release, right? It said nominees must demonstrate significant musical impact, originality, and influence on the development of rock and roll. A committee selects nominees, and over 1,000 experts vote for the final inductees. So when you read those requirements of how they choose people, it really has nothing to do with hip hop. It's just artists who are great and, like I said, originality, influential. So I don't understand why would he want to keep rap music out, hip hop out, when we are creators, when we are what they call originality, influence, one of the most biggest influence in music today. What do you mean? So I just I'm not taking too much offense. I just feel like Gene Simmons may be just prejudiced towards hip hop, right? You know, a lot of people don't understand, and you could become prejudiced towards something you don't understand or know. So that's what I feel about it. You know, I think he need to be taught more than anything, right? Maybe he needs to have a conversation with the hip hop community, right? So this is what I was saying about the Sexy Red. Let me come back here. When people like a Sexy Red, and Sexy Red, don't kill me, I'm just using you as a teachable moment. I'm not saying you all bad because you may not know. When you have people who don't know how to handle the art of the craft and they exploit it in such a crazy way, this is the way it looks. I know a lot of these artists, when you had the drill era, a lot of them only told what they seen in their hood. And to be honest with you, those kids in the drill era at that time, they was really destroying each other in their community. It was bad, yes. But this is what was going on in the community. And once again, hip hop and rap have always been the CNN for the world, especially in the hood. This is how you got your artists to say, this is what we're going through. And I think if we didn't hear a lot from a lot of those artists who was telling us, this is what happened in Chicago, this is what's happening in New Orleans, we wouldn't understand what was going on and how to go down there and fight and say, man, what's going on? Y'all need to stop. So I just don't believe Gene Simmons really understand the importance of how important hip hop is to the world. Let's be honest. Because to be honest with you, we would go under the radar of not being seen if we did not have this hip hop genre. Point blank for we will go under the radar because first of all, and I hate to go here because I don't like to live in this world. Sometimes in the black community, we are unseen, right? So sometimes these are our tools to show you we are here. Could it be better? Sure. Right? You have a lot of artists that knows how to handle this art and this craft. Outkast recently just was inducted. They are a great example of how to handle the craft and very influential, told the story through the eyes of young men out of Atlanta, right? So I just think Gene Simmons is not equipped enough in knowledge to understand what this tool is for us. Sometimes it's our loudspeaker to the world. This is what we go through and this is what's going on. So that's just my thing. Maybe we could talk about it more. Leave a comment in the comments. Tell me what you think about it. Let's move on. Bullies, the bullies, bullying the bullies. If you know what I mean. 50 Cent is one of the guys that's been out here claiming his stake in the streets, in the community. And a lot of people been afraid to go up against him. But recently, T.I. called him out to the yard for a versus. But for some reason, 50 Cent like, nah, I'm too big. I ain't ready to come outside to play with you. So he did a lot of things in the news, putting up some stuff from T.I. past to kind of really kill his character. But T.I. one of them Southern boys. He don't care. He ain't going. He's like, come outside and fight. Come out and fight. I'm sick of you talking crazy. You're bullying everybody. You ain't bullying. T.I. one of them little men who, baby, you gotta beat him down. You gotta kill him. He ain't gonna never stop. Where I come from, I tell the people, I said, you can't win beating these boys. They levy. You gotta do something else. You gotta damn near ignore them because you can't win hitting them. That's what they do. They waiting on that. So T.I. remind me of that. He's like, man, listen, we fight the bullies. We beat the bullies. Plus, I don't know if you've seen Faison Love also did an interview. I think it's Bag Fuel. I go over there and watch them sometime, but I saw the interview where he was talking about how he was discrediting 50 Cent's position as being a filmmaker, which was very interesting. It's like, really? He was like, 50 Cent is not a filmmaker. He's just somebody who owned the building. And he may be getting used. You know, the bully is bullying the bullies. Ooh, it's good. Ooh, it's so good right now. So, you know, Faison Love is one of them. Is he a Crip out of LA? They bullying the bullies. Could 50 Cent stand up? Will he come outside and play with the Faison Loves? Ooh, this is good. I woke up this morning, I was like, have 50 Cent responded yet? And I seen that he responded. And he kind of put up a record, which was crazy. He put up Faison violent record, his history of maybe abusing people. So 50 Cent, I was like, that ain't good, 50, because he will be joining. I don't know if you need to put that up. The bullies is bullying the bullies. Oh, I love it. Now, this is a fight I want to see. Ooh, let's go. This is so good. Faison Love is one of the ones, too. He ain't going. You got to kill him. You got to kill him. He ain't going. So let's see how long 50 Cent go with Faison. Will he last the rounds with Faison, right? I don't know if 50 can do it. But Faison Love, I remember him. You remember when Faison Love was questioning Jay-Z kind of street creds, remember? And Jay-Z was like, when he did that God Did remix, and they sat around the table and Jay-Z was like, they say they don't know me. He said, but the niggas on the road did. Oh my God. They say they don't know me internationally, but on the road did. Oh my goodness. That was a bar. Jay-Z went crazy. I said that the other day. He went crazy on that. He went crazy on that. He said, I only got smoke. In that song, he said, I only got smoke for the people who make the laws. Man, when you go listen to that freestyle what Jay-Z did on that God Did, that was crazy. He said, I only got smoke for the people who make the laws. Like, he said, be quiet. Be quiet. Anyway, Faison didn't come back, so I guess Jay-Z won when it came to that. But anyway, I'm looking to see, will 50 Cent bow down to the Faison Loves, huh? Or will he keep coming back like he's done a lot of other people? The bullies are bullying the bullies. That's all I'm gonna say. The bullies are bullying the bullies. Okay, what I got? Kendrick, shout out to my brother Kendrick. Y'all know how to get Kendrick, dude. This is Kendrick's channel. Kendrick still holds the record for the most watched halftime show. Go over there and check my brother out. 133.5 million. Bad Bunny, I'm sorry. The culture is culturing. Is that a word? The culture is culturing. The culture is I can't beat my bro. My bro he's special. He's anointed. Quit playing. Floetry is going on tour. The first thing I said, where's Amanda Seals? No. They would not have her. They would not have Amanda. No. Did you see this? This is so good. Summer Walker, you guys, this is crazy. Summer Walker is doing this kind of tour, small tour. But what's so crazy is she's doing this meet and greet, and she's looking and she hating the fans. I don't know. Let me not go that far because hate is a strong word. But she's not being polite towards the fans. She's at the point where she don't even want to hug the fans. She don't want to talk to them. And if you hear some today's of the meet and greets, those fans are paying a lot of money just to sit in the background with these artists. I want to say that to the artists. Don't be that low down and mean that people who love you and what you do, this craft, and you had a nerve to say you don't want to touch them or you don't want to talk to them. Listen, she shouldn't even do the meet and greet. Why is she even doing the meet and greet? I don't understand that. You know, Summer Walker always gave me a little crazy. She always gave me a little crazy, right? I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's that shaman she be doing over there, but she always gave me crazy. She always gave me crazy. She said this too. She said she doesn't really like people. She said I don't really like people touching me. She said I give people church hugs. You know, quit playing. You know, people done followed you down that road of you got anxiety and you just can't understand why you can't get on the stage and do what you said God told you to do. You know, some of y'all quit asking God for this stuff, and then when you get it, you don't know how to act and treat it. These people like you. They want to come out and see you. They enjoy your music. You speak through your music. And, you know, it's crazy. And then when you get in a point where you have to talk to them, you tell them, I don't like people. Girl, well, you shouldn't be in entertainment. It's disgusting. It is disgusting, and people need to tell her. I would never go see her. And I like a couple of her songs, but I don't want to see her. It's just some people you just don't want to see. But it's disgusting. People pay good money to see you. They love you. They come to your shows. And when you don't realize it's about the fans and the people that make you who you are, that shows you a disgusting human being. Because it wasn't for the fans, you would not be the Summer Walker of today. Right? So don't get it twisted. This is to the artists. Don't get it twisted that you don't realize who's footing the bill for you. It's your fans. It's the people that love you. And if it wasn't for them, you'll still be at your 9 to 5 like a lot of us. Just with a gift and a fucking dream. Quit playing. It's disgusting. And that's for other artists. Take note. It's disgusting. It's crazy. Let me move on, because I'm getting hot. Getting hot up here. Young Boy and Future versus battle? I don't know. I saw this in the news. I don't know about that. You know, Young Boy felt like, I think he put something on Twitter saying, who up? Put him up. Put your best up, right? I don't know. I don't know, Young Boy, about Future. You gotta quit playing. You know them young boys be thinking they can take on them vets. You can't take on them vets. They got some stuff in the stash that they can hit you with. You don't know nothing about that. You don't know nothing about that. You gotta be careful. You know, shout out to Young Boy. I know he's very popular now, and he got a lot of the young crowds. But does his music have substance? Right? Do it have the spirit? It don't got the spirit, Young Boy. You know, you got the influx, you got the quantity, but I always question your quality, right? I'm sorry, I just gotta be for real. You know, and I know Future have done some questionable things, but he did come out of the house of the Dungeon family, right? So he know about substance and quality. You know, so shout out to NBA Youngboy. I think the young guy got a long way to go in learning this music and what it needs to build a world and draw a picture. I think he's still learning that. So we're gonna give him that. But could he beat Future? I'm gonna say no. I'm gonna say no, just due to the quality. You know, a lot of people may hate this, but when the No Limit in the Cash Money verses came, if you didn't understand how No Limit won, you missed the foundation moment. They had foundation. They didn't build that on sandy grounds. See, to me, Cash Money came in, it was kind of rocky. You know, they built on that new infrastructure. You know, them houses that they build up in 2 weeks. You know, it's a difference. You know, you see the new houses now, they build them up in 2 weeks. You like, damn, I just came, wasn't nothing there. They got a whole house in 2 weeks. You know, the infrastructure ain't nothing. You know, you know. So when you get somebody like Master P, who got roots, huh? They got real bricks, huh? They got a nice foundation, huh? Okay, and then you get them 2 week houses. When a storm come through, it blow down. Like, what happened? It wasn't nothing but panel. And a lot of your artists ain't built that number paneling. I'm sorry. You know I love your mama. You know I love your mama. Let me go. This is good. I wanted to say this. Talking about the culture. Did you see, what's her name? Coco Jones. She wore her rendition of the Whitney Houston 1991 Super Bowl outfit where, Wendy had that jumpsuit on, the red and white. I don't know if you know this, but Karl Kani talked about in the Essence magazine, where he said, I'm overwhelmed that they wanted me to design the outfit. This is for Coco Jones. They wanted him to design the outfit. He said they could have went anywhere. They could have went to Gucci, Fendi, Prada. He said, but they chose me. If anybody don't understand, Karl Kani is the culture. Right? What? I couldn't afford his denims, but when you got a t-shirt and it had Karl Kani on it when I was coming up, that was everything. So to see that Karl Kani designed Coco Jones' dress when she sung the Negro National Anthem at the Super Bowl, I was like, what? I thought that was fly. Man, shout out to the culture. Let's keep pushing. Let's keep pushing. No matter what people are saying who don't understand who we are, let's continue to keep our loud mic on and saying, listen, we are here. We deserve to be seen, and we're going to run this culture in this world like we have been doing for years. Listen, shout out to everybody who believe in the culture. I love hip hop. I hope you do too. Listen, I'll see y'all next week. Make sure you subscribe. Bye.